Right. When we last left Germany, I said Otto von Bismarck had created a carefully crafted system of alliances that left Germany's enemy France politically isolated. But then he's fired by William II, and the system falls apart. And what happens is Europe basically divides itself into two teams. One team or one alliance is the Triple Entente. When Otto gets fired, one of the alliances that Germany abandons is Russia. Uh, One reason being that Germany and Russia both have uh, the same desire for the same territory in Eastern Europe, and the new government of William II sees Russia as a potential threat, so they abandon the alliance with Russia, which allows France to swoop in, right, and befriend Russia and begin to invest in Russian industry and Russian railway system, luring Russia into a friendship. So then France and Russia become friends. And then William II begins to expand the German Navy, which angers Britain and begins to conquer parts of Africa. We'll talk about that in another chapter, and that angers Britain. So that drives Britain into an alliance with France as well. So France is no longer politically isolated now. It has new friends in Russia and Britain. This is called the Triple Entente. Right? The opposing alliance is called the Triple Alliance. That's Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy. Now, if you're Germany, the Italian part of your alliance you don't completely trust. They signed the treaty, technically they are your ally, but it's a little sketchy. So you have one friend that you think you can definitely count on, that's Austria-Hungary, which makes that friend super valuable to you. Right? So this is tested in the Balkans. Right? There's a crisis in the Balkans in the early 1900s. Now, this is not the crisis that triggers World War One. It's a sneak peek of the one in the Balkans that triggers World War One. What happens is there was this part of the Ottoman Empire called Bosnia-Herzegovina, and it breaks away from the Ottoman Empire because it's fallen apart, and Austria annexes or takes over Bosnia-Herzegovina. This angers the brand new country of Serbia, which also broke away from the Ottoman Empire, because Serbia wants to unite all the Slavs, Slavs, Slavs. They want to unite all the Slavic people. And Bosnia Herzegovina is full of Slavic people, and Serbia wanted it. And Austria knew that Serbia wanted it, and Serbia knows that Austria knew that Serbia wanted it. That makes sense. And Austria took it anyway. And so now Serbia is angry because they wanted it because it has Slavs inside. They want to unite all the Slavic people. Now they can't because Austria snatched up this territory. So Serbia gets really angry at Austria. Now Russia backs up Serbia because Russia views itself as the defender of all Slavic people because the Russians are Slavs as well, Slavs, and they kind of view themselves as the big brother of all Slavic people. So they back Serbia. Right? So now this is getting intense, right? Because Serbia gets mad at Austria, and so Serbia is kind of in Austria's face. Russia backs Serbia, right? Well, Germany backs Austria because if you're Germany, you're like, well, we've got to back Austria because that's the one friend that we know we can count on. So this is getting really intense. And then think about it. If Austria and Germany go to war with Russia, right? That means France's friend, Russia, or Russia's friend, France is going to get involved. And if France gets involved, Britain's going to get involved. So this is getting really intense really quickly. Luckily, World War One does not break out because Russia backs down. And when Russia backs down, Serbia's got to back down because Serbia can't fight Austria and Germany at the same time. It's easier to remember if you think of each country like a person. Think of each country that we just talked about in the Balkan crisis as a high schooler, right? It's nothing but high school drama. It's the same thing. So imagine Serbia as a dude, and Serbia's got a crush on Bosnia. Serbia wants Bosnia. Everybody knows Serbia wants Bosnia. And one day, Bosnia comes walking into school and Austria has his arm around Bosnia. So Austria has taken Bosnia, and Serbia is mad because Serbia wanted Bosnia. So in the PE locker room, right, Serbia gets all up in Austria's face, right? And then you know how it works, right? A crowd develops, right? Germany backs Austria, Russia backs Serbia. Everybody's yelling at everybody. They're about to throw down, but then Russia backs down. Russia backs away, which means Serbia has to back away. Now, when Serbia confronts Russia about, hey, why did you run away? Russia's going to explain, like, well, I was picking on that new Japanese kid, and he went all ninja on me and shoved me in a locker. This is called the Russo-Japanese War. It's a huge loss for the Russians, very embarrassing. That's why they had to back down in the Balkan crisis, because they had just lost the Russo-Japanese War and they were in no state to fight. But the important thing to remember is even though the crisis technically ended, all the bad feelings are still there. Serbia is still mad at Austria. Austria still views Serbia as a threat. Germany still has to back Austria. Russia was embarrassed and knows it can't back down again, so it's not going to take much to set all of this off all over again.